Welcome to our wood shop. I wanted to give you a product video on the Wedge-Pro cutting jig, the professional segmented cutting jig. Here is a ring that was cut on the Wedge-Pro. It hasn't been glued yet, but this was cut on there. So, to get started, here is the Wedge-Pro. So, to start out going through the features, the material is made out of corian, which is commonly used for solid surface countertops. This is not a plastic. This is very high quality and durable acrylic. And what really feels good about this is the fact that it actually has some weight to it. It's not light. And the main feature of the sled is the fact that it is a wedgie-less setup. So you don't have to use any setup wedges. It uses a stainless steel dowel pin and these indexing holes. And it has predetermined segment counts from 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 24, 32, 36, 40, 48, 60, and 72 segments, all done with just a single pin. And it also has a pin for a 90 degree, which allows you to do standard cross cutting. And then the 6 segment gives you 30 degrees, and the number 8 segment gives you 22.5 degrees. And the way that you set it is you put your index pin in the desired hole, bring your fence tight, and tighten it down. It's that easy. If you want to choose 8 segments, move it to 8, tighten your fence down, you're good to go. 16 segments, just as easy. 32 segments, really quick. The fence also is constructed out of the corian, and it uses a 120 grit self-adhered sandpaper to provide a non-slip surface so that your material doesn't move while you're cutting. You can take your material, put it on there, and it does not move. That's really cool. This sled also incorporates a spring-loaded material clamp, and it allows you to cut material from 2 1/4 inches wide to 2.5 inches tall, but that may be limited on the height of your table saw blade. The sweeper is really nice. As you cut your segment and it falls off on the table, instead of reaching up there by the blade, you just pull the sled back and the piece is moved safely out of the way for removal. The sled incorporates a zero clearance strip that you don't have to have as an accessory for your table saw. This cut has already been made on this sled. Now when the Wedge-Pro ships, this is not cut. This is based on each user's specific table saw, and the user makes this cut during the setup process. But the main purpose of it is it supports both sides of the cut, which greatly reduces the amount of tear out and grain issues. The sled uses a phenolic miter bar that it ships for 3/4 inch wide miter slots on your table saw, but since it's non-metallic, this can be cut easily on your table saw. If you have a 5/8 slot, all you need to do is remove the 2 nylon grub screws and then slowly sneak up on the cut so that you can size that exactly to what you need for your saw. All of the hardware on the Wedge-Pro, from the dowel pin to all fasteners and the sidewalk bolts, is all stainless steel and corrosion resistant. The knobs are all molded rubber and they feel really good on your hands. All the lettering for the index holes is below the wear surface. It's actually engraved into the surface and then painted. One of the best features of the Wedge-Pro is that when you're cutting segments, a common practice is to glue up half rings and sand them independently on a disc sander and then glue the two half rings together. With the Wedge-Pro, since the segments are cut so accurately, you don't have to do half rings and sanding. You can do a full ring glue up each time. Also included with the Wedge-Pro kit is an adjustable material stop. The material stop, when properly set up, allows you to cut from 0 to 3.5 inch segment lengths. If longer is desired, you can loosen the miter bar attachment screws and shift it over, but it's easily adjustable from 0 to 3.5. The miter bar can be secured in the miter slot so that the stop does not move when you're cutting. And then when you want to do thin ripping, you can move it to the opposite side of the blade as the fence, and you can use it for setting up your rip fence adjustment for thin ripping. The Wedge-Pro also comes with 2 push sticks. These are made out of the same corian, so they're sacrificial and they won't hurt your saw if you cut through them when you're cutting thin strips. Always, always, always use safety push sticks when doing thin cutting on the table saw. The Wedge-Pro is an awesome cutting jig. It was designed specifically for the beginner user so that they can start cutting in a safe and fun way. The Wedge-Pro is a premium segmented cutting jig. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions on how to use the Wedge-Pro, don't hesitate to send us a message using the contact form on the website. And with our videos, please like and subscribe. That helps us get the word out. Make sure you send us in pictures of your first bowl. We want to see what you guys have done, and we want to help promote the craft.